Hey everyone, welcome back to Iraqi Dinar News. Today, something massive is shaking the global financial world. A quiet storm is brewing, and the whispers are getting louder. People are saying a secret order has gone out, one that could change everything for Iraq's currency and those who've been watching the dinar for years. It's being called the hidden green light. Reports suggest that former President Donald Trump has quietly directed a major move involving Iraq's central bank. The order? To revalue the Iraqi dinar within 5% of the US dollar. That's right, if this is true, Iraq's currency could soon stand shoulder to shoulder with the US dollar. So, what's really happening behind the curtain? What does this "within 5% phrase mean? And why would a former president be connected to it now, in 2025? Stay tuned till the very end, because what you're about to hear might completely change how you see the global economy and your future. Now, let's break this down. Imagine this for a second. Iraq's dinar, long considered undervalued and struggling after years of sanctions and wars, suddenly being worth nearly the same as the US dollar. That would be historic. The talk in financial circles is that Trump's network has pushed for this move through special treasury channels, giving Iraq permission to finalize its long-delayed currency reform plan. The phrase, "within 5% of the US dollar," isn't random. It's international monetary code. It means Iraq's currency would be revalued and stabilized close to parity with the dollar. We're talking about a possible exchange rate between $4.75 and $5.25 per dinar. That's an extraordinary shift from where things stand today. And if this plan is real, we could be looking at the beginning of a new global financial chapter, one where Iraq steps back onto the world stage stronger than ever. Here's the fascinating part. This isn't just about numbers on a currency chart, it's about power, strategy, and timing. Trump has always been obsessed with trade balances, oil prices, and monetary strength. From his business mindset, controlling currency values means controlling leverage in global deals. Iraq, with its enormous oil reserves, over 145 billion barrels, and growing gold holdings, is sitting on untapped power. Revaluing the dinar would not only benefit Iraq, but could realign energy markets and reduce the grip of countries like China and Iran in the Middle East. For the US, it means renewed influence. For Iraq, it means freedom from financial dependency. And for investors holding dinar, it could mean the biggest wealth shift in modern history. The pieces are moving quietly, but the momentum is real, and every sign suggests something big is being prepared behind closed doors. But let's talk about that mysterious phrase, "within 5% of the US dollar." It's not just financial jargon. It's language straight from the playbook of the International Monetary Fund. When a country is ready to stabilize its currency, the IMF allows it to operate within a managed band, usually about 5% above or below a fixed rate. This helps maintain stability while allowing minor adjustments. So if Iraq's central bank sets its rate near $1, it could move slightly higher or lower, giving traders confidence that Iraq's currency won't collapse overnight. And according to multiple reports, the range being discussed, 4.75 to 5.25, fits perfectly into that model. It's like Iraq is being quietly moved into a ready-to-launch position, just waiting for the official trigger. Some even say this trigger has already been pulled behind the scenes. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Over the last 2 years, Iraq has been quietly cleaning house. The central bank has cracked down on corruption, removed fake currency dealers, and restructured its financial systems. They've connected to international banking platforms, joined digital settlement programs with JP Morgan and Citibank, and adopted global compliance standards. In short, Iraq's financial system is now modern, connected, and transparent, exactly what's needed before any major currency move. Add to that new anti-money laundering measures, improved trade reporting, and stricter digital transaction monitoring. Everything points to preparation, not coincidence. It's as if Iraq has been following a hidden checklist, and the final item on that list might be Trump's quiet order to revalue within 5%. Think about this. Multiple U.S. Treasury officials have visited Baghdad this year, meeting with Iraq's prime minister and central bank governor. The official story? Financial cooperation. But insiders believe those meetings were far more significant. They were reportedly focused on setting the stage for this exact currency reform. And shortly after those visits, something strange happened. Internal bank systems across the U.S., including Chase, Wells Fargo, and HSBC, reportedly began displaying new dinar rates on their internal trading platforms. Those numbers were hovering between $4.75 and $5.25 per dinar. Now, let's be clear, these rates weren't public, but insiders say they were visible to certain banking departments. Coincidence? Maybe. But timing? Too perfect. It's like the world's financial engines are warming up before takeoff. So why would this happen now in 2025? Timing is everything. The world is shifting toward new financial systems, digital currencies, gold-backed trade, and asset-based value exchanges. The old system is struggling and countries are repositioning fast. Iraq, once dependent on the dollar, is now ready to stand independently. The IMF has approved their financial upgrades. The U.S. Treasury has signed off on tighter dollar control within Iraq. And Middle Eastern oil traders are preparing for a world where energy might no longer be priced solely in U.S. dollars. For Iraq to stay relevant, it must revalue. And this 5% parity move could be its golden ticket into the next era of global finance. The dots are connecting faster than ever before. Let's not forget the human side of this. Millions of people around the world hold Iraqi dinar, waiting for the day it rises. For some, it's a dream. For others, it's a belief in Iraq's recovery. Imagine if 1 dinar suddenly equals $5. Even a small holding, say 100,000 dinar, which costs less than $100 today, could be worth $500,000. That's life-changing money. But with that hope comes responsibility. If this happens, it won't just be about getting rich overnight. It'll be about making smart decisions, paying taxes properly, and investing wisely. History shows that sudden wealth can disappear just as fast if people aren't prepared. So, if this event unfolds, the smart move is to plan ahead, not panic. Of course, skepticism remains. We've seen rumors of RV dates before, times when people expected the revaluation, only for it not to happen. But this time feels different. The groundwork is real, the officials involved are real, and the timing aligns with global financial reform trends. Even if this is just a system test, banks don't run tests unless something's close to going live. Think about it. Why would U.S. institutions load foreign exchange rates into their systems if there wasn't an upcoming operational need? This isn't the chatter of internet forums anymore. It's movement inside real-world financial systems. Now, zooming out, let's talk global ripple effects. If Iraq's dinar officially revalues near the US dollar, it could trigger a domino effect across Asia. Other undervalued currencies like the Vietnamese dong or Indonesian rupiah might follow suit. Economists call this the global currency reset, a potential realignment where nations reset their currencies to reflect true asset value. Iraq could be the first domino, setting off a chain reaction across developing markets. And if Trump's reported directive truly started this process, he might have just reshaped the global economy once again, without even being in office. And here's something that many overlook: Trump's long-standing philosophy on fair trade and fair currency. He's always believed America should lead global financial systems, not chase them. His administration often criticized countries that manipulated their currencies to gain trade advantages. So, seeing Iraq rise through a fair valuation system would actually align with that mindset. By helping Iraq stabilize and grow, the U.S. indirectly strengthens its own economic position, especially in oil and energy trade. In other words, this move isn't just about Iraq, it's about restoring global balance through strength, not control. Now, what's Iraq saying in all this? That's the part that confirms the shift is real. Iraq's prime minister and central bank leaders have gone on television stating that the country's financial reform plan is in its final stages. They've said their goal is to reflect the true value of Iraq's resources. That's a direct quote. That's not rumor, that's official communication. The country has built the systems, cleaned up corruption, and aligned itself with global standards. The only missing ingredient? A green light. And if this secret directive is real, that green light might have already turned on. This is why many analysts now call 2025 the year of the financial reset. Around the world, countries are moving to back their currencies with tangible assets again: gold, oil, resources. Central banks are digitizing their currencies. Trade is becoming regionalized. And Iraq, with its wealth of natural assets, is positioned perfectly to rejoin this new financial order. A dinar pegged within 5% of the dollar would send a strong signal. Iraq is open for business again, stable and ready for global trade. That's why so many insiders believe this isn't just rumor, it's preparation for a coordinated, carefully planned reveal. So, what should everyday people do? Stay alert. Don't rush into scams or private exchange offers. Only official banks and recognized financial institutions can handle something of this magnitude. Keep your dinar safe, know where your receipts are, and stay informed through reliable updates. When big shifts like this occur, information becomes the most valuable asset of all. Those who stay calm and prepared will benefit most when the dust settles. At the end of the day, whether this revaluation happens this month, next quarter, or later in 2025, one thing is certain: something huge is unfolding. Iraq's financial evolution is no longer theory, it's visible progress. And if Trump's hidden directive was the final push, history might soon record this as the start of a new era in currency power. The world is changing, quietly but quickly. The only question left is, are you ready for it?